Hello all. In this small session, we will discuss about the CSMA CA protocol, which is used for wireless communication. In the last session, we have seen CSMA CD protocol, which is collision detection that is used in wired networks. In this case, collision detection technique is not used, but collision is tried to be avoided. CSMA-CA is a MAC protocol which is used in wireless LANs. Now CSMA-CD was used in wired and this is used in wireless because in CSMA-CD protocol, there is a transmission of jamming signal with the help of which collision can be detected. Same is not the case with wireless LANs because even if jamming signal is sent by a station, due to signal attenuation in the wireless channel, due to path losses, the signal might get attenuated completely and many stations will not come to know that there has been a collision. So collision detection is very difficult in case of wireless LANs. Hence, they have come up with CSMA-CA technique, that is collision avoidance technique for wireless LANs. This CSMA-CA technique is used in wireless LAN where project 802.11 was implemented. In the next part of unit 1, we are going to study CSMA-CA technique in detail, and hence I am just giving introduction of this topic to you and not going into details. Now let us see the question for self-study before we discuss about CSMA-CA in few days' time. What is IFS? What types of IFSs are used in wireless LANs? Just try to find out the answers of the same. Anyway, we will be discussing this in detail when we study project 802.11. Now we have come to an end of the whole topic of MAC protocols. Let us just revise the MAC protocols. MAC is a sub-layer of data link layer, which is nearer to the physical layer. MAC takes care of the line discipline. That means MAC protocol decides who should send the data. There are three types of MAC protocols: controlled access methods, channelization, and random access methods. In controlled access methods, some technique or some system using its control decides who will send the data, which station will send the data. Under controlled access method, we have seen reservation, where we have a reservation frame and stations need to reserve their time slot if they wish to send the data. Second method was polling. So there is a primary station and there are secondary stations. Primary will keep on polling other stations to send the data. If anyone has the data to send, the access of the channel will be given to that station when polled. Third method was token passing. Whosoever has the token will gain the access of the channel. So these three are controlled access methods. Channelization methods, we have different channels for each station to send its data. Those channels might be time slots or frequency bands, or in some cases, as we have seen in CDMA, uniquely generated codes. Third type of MAC protocols are random access protocols. These are widely used protocols, and here there is no priority given to the stations. No station is superior to other station, and that is why the access of the channel has to be obtained by competing with the other stations. Using some technique, whenever stations contend with each other, they will gain the access eventually, and those protocols, the methods that are followed for this contention are called as random access protocols. In random access protocols, we have seen Aloha, which is pure Aloha. Whenever stations have data to send, they will send the data. The throughput is very less because vulnerable time is 2 into TFR, where TFR is frame transmission time. Then there is slotted aloha. In slotted aloha, stations will be able to send the data only at the start of prescribed time slot. Slotted aloha also has a less throughput but better than or double than pure aloha. Then we have studied CSMA technique. CSMA technique itself is not a protocol, but it is used in various protocols like CSMA CD or CSMA CA. In CSMA technique, carrier will be sensed or channel will be sensed before sending the data. If the channel is found to be idle, then only data is sent. If it is found to be busy, then stations wait for some time and then try again. There are three methods of CSMA: one persistent, P persistent, and non-persistent. So these three, any one of these three methods can be selected and it can be used to sense the channel and send the data on the channel. Then we have studied CSMA CD protocol, which is carrier sense multiple access with collision detection. In CSMA CD, there are three special points. One, use of CSMA technique to sense the channel. Second, transmission of the signal and listening to the channel for collision, or rather collision detection, is a simultaneous process and a continuous process. And third, when collision is detected, the jamming signal is sent on the channel so that all the stations refrain from sending the data to avoid future collisions. The most important point in CSMA CD is the senders do not keep a copy of the transmitted frame. So if the collision is to be detected, that should be detected before the complete frame is transmitted. And to achieve so, frame transmission time has to be minimum equal to 2 into maximum propagation time. Why it is 2 TP? Because 1 TP time is required to send the signal and another TP time will be required, might be required to receive the collision signal. That is, collision detection is possible if the stations are far enough. Hence, TFR is equal to 2 TP in CSMA CD. In wired networks, CSMA CD works well, but in case of wireless networks, sending jamming signals, or rather any type of signal or retransmission also, is not that simple because of the attenuation of the signal when traveling in the wireless channel. There are path losses as well. So to avoid this, to achieve the greater throughput, instead of using collision detection, wireless LANs use collision avoidance technique. Collision avoidance technique will be learned in wireless LAN topic in few days time, and so by the time you need to study what IFS, which is used in CSMA CA, and what are the types of IFSs. I think the idea of MAC protocols are clear. Now, from the next session, we will drift a bit to understand few concepts in networking, and then we will go for IP addressing. Thank you.